Hello, welcome to the 106th episode, right? Or is this the
I
seventh?
lost count about 100 episodes ago.
Let me just, actually...
I can only count to 6.
We're gonna go with 6. It's the... Wait? Yeah, 6th. Strong start. Jeff, how many eggs does a queen bee lay per day? Yeah, it's a number question.
70?
Oh no, it is 2,000.
I was off.
Thing is, I didn't know the answer either, so I can't give you too much shit. It was
thing is, I knew it was either like gonna be ridiculous or something that like kind of seemed
sense.
like maybe that's right.
Yeah.
So I just went like 70 sounds like a lot.
70's
Bees,
a good guess.
I don't think of bees as being like, having a ton of eggs. I don't think they're like spiders, but I guess they are.
They are, yeah. A lot of them. Kind of scary.
Yeah. How many shoes would 7 spiders need?
Oh, God. So 8 legs. 8 times 7. 56.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool.
The actual answer is 0. Spiders don't need shoes.
They don't need shoes. That's true. Oh man, I'm such an idiot. Jeff and I are recording this at 10 a.m. Central right now.
Yeah.
It's 11 a.m. where you are.
11 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah. I woke up not too long ago.
It's always 5 o'clock where I am. That actually sounds... That's like
what is that
movie that we're talking about theme where it's like always time to drink.
Right,
This is
right.
coffee. This is not beer. I want to be very clear.
Mm-hmm. Jeff and I are both drinking coffee today, not alcohol, even though our movie's about alcohol. Yeah. Okay, in the news today, let's just jump right into the news.
I love that you remembered that that's the new segment we're trying to do.
Yep. I love the news segment.
It's a good segment.
Right now, the big talk, and this is good talk for us, is Space Jam.
Yes.
Welcome to the Space Jam. The new trailer just dropped.
I did. I watched it.
You watched it. I assumed you did. And I watched it too. I don't watch trailers that often, but this one I was like, I need to watch this. Not even for the Karstcast, just like I wanted to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any thoughts on this?
We have lots of thoughts. We both know we have lots of thoughts. We have several thoughts.
Yeah.
So they really expanded.
Yep.
The
universe.
the universe. It's not Looney Tunes anymore. It's now
Ready
Player
Warner
One.
Brothers owns. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the most. Yeah. You say it.
Yeah. I am really unsure of how I feel that apparently Scooby Doo is now in this movie.
Yeah. Scooby Doo and Pennywise. Apparently the Clockwork Orange guys are in there. I'm just like, what is going on?
Are they just watching the basketball game? They're like,
yeah, someone
I love
saw
basketball. Now, to be fair,
background rooting it
Scooby-Doo
on.
and Shaggy, and they have been in several movies with the Harlem Globetrotters, so it actually is canon that they enjoy watching basketball.
Okay.
Yeah, and in several of the movies, Shaggy takes part in the game, so Shaggy can ball. He actually, honestly, they should have put him on the team.
Yeah. Do you think Scooby can ball, or is it only
Scooby can
Shaggy?
Ball in so much that they made Scooby have a variety of Air Bud-like abilities for every sport in all the movies. They just think it's funny to make him really good at sports.
Right. He does have crazy muscles, Scoob, but
I don't know if I would agree with that. That's a weird statement.
I'm just like, his proportions are crazy. He's got like giant. Never mind. You know what?
I don't think that's like part of the Scooby-Doo universe. I don't think everyone's just like, look at this dog's muscles.
He's buff, unless I'm thinking of the evil Scoob. Scrappy Doo's kind of buff. Never mind.
Scrappy-Doo's like 1 foot tall.
Yeah, but he's got like there's a buff Scooby-Doo at some point. Wait,
Scrappy-Doo, he yells puppy power, and the joke is that he's tiny.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's not what I wanted. Oh,
did you just Google like Scooby-Doo muscles, and it's like someone drew fan art on like deviant art of Scooby-Doo?
I looked up
super jacked.
I looked up buff Scooby-Doo because I wanted to prove a point, and all I got was some really perverted fan art and a buff Shaggy. And yeah, I think we should just move on.
Yeah, do not Google
trying to get out
buff
of don't
Scooby-Doo.
don't Google
for anyone
buff
listening
Scooby-Doo.
to this.
Anyways, Space Jam.
Yeah. Okay, I want to say that. Were you aware of the old Space Jam website?
Mm-hmm. I saw it on Twitter.
That's kind of the one downside of this, because I've been aware of that website for a long time. Yeah. And for anyone who did not know, the original 1996 or 95, I'm not sure when it went up, but the original website for the first movie was still online.
Yep.
And it was online for, almost my entire life.
And they didn't like update it or anything. It had the 90s aesthetic. Like it looked like a website from the 90s and
right, with the like repeating star background, like
yeah.
Do you remember all the old websites used to have like a background low pixelated image and it would just repeat over and over again? Like
it was a tile. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so it had that.
It's gone now.
They kept it.
What?
But they redirected it to spacejam.com / 1996. Which I guess answers my previous question about which year it was online.
Yeah, I guess you could have just...
I didn't look that up. I knew that already, and I still said that I wasn't sure what year it was.
Wait, is it
I'm not looking at anything.
Movie.com?
I think it's just spacejam.com. I can't imagine that in 1996 they couldn't get the domain name spacejam.com.
I'm looking up... Okay, wait. Because I looked up spacejam.com. www.spacejam.com/1996.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there it is. For anyone at home, for any viewers, that's what we're working with.
Yeah.
Which, it looks pretty good. I like this a lot.
It's cool. I mean, I like the aesthetic of the original one. I was... Okay, with this trailer, before you see LeBron James with the Looney Tunes, you see LeBron James as a cartoon.
Yeah.
And I was going to be so mad if that's what they chose to do for this movie.
That's what I thought it was going to be. Yeah.
I was going to be like, what are you doing? The whole point of this is that it's funny to make an athlete act with cartoons.
Yeah, not the athlete cartoon.
You don't want to make the athlete a cartoon, then it just becomes a cartoon.
That was just such a weird... Now I'm already confused about the movie, personally, because it's like, they made him a cartoon, and then there's this random scene where he just turns back into a human, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So why did they do that?
I don't know.
It was so weird.
The point of Space Jam is that you have an athlete, and they have to talk to cartoons, and then you have to think to yourself in your own brain, you're like, this is pretty funny, because in real life, they're just in front of a green screen.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't wait for the BTS at LeBron James going, hey, Bugs, let's play some basketball.
That's the thing. Not to seriously critique this, but I think the appeal of the original Space Jam was that it was kind of cheesy and, like, I don't want to say bad on purpose, but, like, it was just, like, campy. And
so I'm going to correct you here. As someone who saw Space Jam in theaters, the appeal of the original Space Jam was that it was awesome. Again, I have been going through all my stuff. I found my when we did the Space Jam episode, I showed you I had the talking Michael Jordan action figure.
Yeah.
Where he says two lines from the film, but since they're out of context and then have him re-record them, they sound very like the way he says it's kind of weird for an action figure.
Yeah.
Because they just clip lines from the film.
Right.
So it's like, I really enjoyed playing with you guys, and then let's play some basketball. Where it doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make sense.
No, but then I also, since then, have found my VHS copy of Space Jam. And I found, I had one of the blasters that the little aliens have.
Oh, yeah. Marvin the Martian.
I had one of the blasters.
Not him. Yeah.
It's like the one that's the orange one.
The one. Yeah. Not Marvin. But that's
no,
exciting.
I'm not talking about Marvin the Martian, dude.
Yeah. I thought Marvin at first, and then I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
I'm talking about the aliens that steal the talent. I think it's the one that stole the talent of Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, you know what? That's all starting to make a bit more. You're a Space Jam fan, and I'm not one to speak on this, but I guess that makes sense why they just threw all these properties in here, because they just want it to be more epic for the kids.
They're going for like nostalgia, right? That's is that it's epic for the kids, and then they're like, hey, the people who saw this in theaters who are now 30, here's a bunch of other things from your childhood.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to, because this is going to be on HBO Max and in theaters?
Uh-huh.
Are you going to see this right away when it comes out?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I might make a video about it, to be honest. We'll see how it turns out. It just looks that goofy enough to where it's like, this is a video.
LeBron, from what we have seen, should be a better actor than Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
So I think that gives me some hope.
I was going to say that. Like, none of his lines in the trailer, at least, were that cringy. I was like, LeBron can act. He's not bad at this. I will say, what I was thinking during the trailer was, like, LeBron must have been kind of pissed when he read the script and was like, oh, this is what they're doing with Space Jam? I don't think he was that pissed, but if I finally got that moment to be the guy in Space Jam, I'd want it to be a bit cooler than what
I'd be like.
It seems like.
Only me and Bugs Bunny.
And Bugs.
We don't need anyone else.
We're not even playing basketball. We're just hanging out.
Yeah.
We're watching the other Space Jam together.
We're doing hijinks.
Yeah.
We're tricking Elmer Fudd into shooting himself in the face.
Speaking of bugs, I almost forgot. Happy Easter, Jeff.
Thank you.
Yeah,
happy Easter to anyone
who celebrates.
No, wait, it's not going to be Easter for anyone listening to this. It's only Easter for us recording this because tomorrow it will have been yesterday. I'm not doing that bit again.
Neither am I. I just wanted to say Happy Easter. Yeah, but anyway, it just was like maybe they released the Bugs Bunny movie trailer because of Easter, but I don't think that's
I feel like
why.
That would feel like an insult to Easter. They're like, Easter bunnies, Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny
Bunny is Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I had one more piece of news, and I'll keep it brief, but Godzilla vs. Kong. Don't know if you watched this movie.
Not yet. I
did.
Will, though.
It was pretty fun. It was pretty bad, but it was pretty fun. But it's heading towards a monster 42 million plus opening weekend. That's the headline for this Variety article.
A monster.
It says
weekend.
Box office Godzilla vs. Kong heading to monster $42 million plus opening weekend. Yeah.
Clever.
Which is exciting. I only bring this up because it's like there are people, and I don't think like going to the theater is all that safe. Like I won't encourage it yet, unless you're like fully vaccinated. Then I don't think there's that big of an issue. But like it is exciting that people are still going back to the theater to see the monkey battle the dragon, because everybody thought like theaters were gonna die and stuff, and not really.
Yeah, no, that's because here's the thing. I like theaters.
Me too.
Now, second thought, based off what you said, is Godzilla a dragon?
I mean, I've been calling him a dragon for the sake of just putting... King Kong is a monkey. There's no debating that.
Actually, there is debating that. King Kong is an ape.
Is an ape, yeah. But I like calling him a monkey. And and I like calling Godzilla a dragon. But technically, he's like a water reptile. He's an
amphibian.
He's an amphibian.
He's like a frog. What if he was just a giant frog and you had
Just
King
frog
Kong
versus monkey.
fighting a giant frog?
Yeah. A normal-sized monkey and a normal-sized frog fighting each other.
I want to see King Kong fight Yoshi. Like a giant Yoshi, not a small Yoshi. That would be
Yoshi
one-sided.
would get his shit rocked. You could basically just play Smash
Could
Brothers.
Yoshi do the thing where he eats him and that makes an egg?
Then shits out Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong comes out of an egg, and then, yeah. Well,
Someone has to have made that a parody, right? Like Donkey Kong versus a giant Yoshi.
Donkey Kong versus giant Yoshi as Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah.
I was gonna
or
look
someone
it up,
might not have done that because that's not that funny.
It's not that funny. I feel like
this is the morning pod vibes. We haven't
the
done
morning
a morning
pod.
pod since I think we were like 12 hours apart.
Yeah. I mean, technically the Emma Seligman pod was in the morning, but that was an interview. This is like a riff. Yeah. But this is very early. This is 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was about to yawn again. Okay, let's get into the movie.
Yeah, let's do that. That's smart.
Today's movie is Another Round. This is directed by Thomas Vinterberg, acclaimed Danish director, from what I know. He also did The Hunt. It came out in 2020, premiered at TIFF, I believe. And the synopsis reads, 4 high school teachers consume alcohol on a daily basis to see how it affects their social and professional lives. That's it. Yeah. And it stars Mad Mikkelsen, I should mention. Now, I've been super excited to check this. Well, I've been excited to talk about this. I've seen the movie twice now. And Jeff just watched it for the first time.
Yep.
And what do we think?
Now, okay, here's the thing. Just the premise of this movie is ridiculous.
Yeah.
This would never happen.
No. Well, yeah, no. I think the only part of this that's unrealistic is the high school teachers part.
Right.
But I feel like 4 guys would do this.
Yeah. Oh, I can see it, yeah. But the high school teacher part is the part where they picked the most problematic job where you could try this at.
Yep. I honestly feel like, because, you know what, that actually brings up a good point. Because the movie is miraculously, it works really well, in my opinion. But a good portion of it has no issues going on. Not the whole thing. Obviously, there are some big conflicts. But I feel like they just added them. They were like, okay, so what should these 4 guys be? And they were like, I feel like high school teachers, because that just adds.
Right.
I feel like otherwise, this movie would have no conflict.
Yeah, because you need a profession where they can be found out, and it also, if they do get found out, it's really bad. But there's
really
also
bad,
a ton of other adults that are kind of like,
right,
mingling around.
Yeah, and they needed it so that like whatever they did beforehand was like kind of boring, and that's high school teachers. It's like it just works really well. It's perfect. But yeah, I think this movie, like the synopsis reads as like kind of ridiculous and fun, but then you figure out it's a movie about like alcoholism and you're like, oh, how can that be fun? And then it ends up being kind of fun.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's like a mix. It's like a roller coaster of emotions watching this.
Yeah. The thing is that it's about alcoholism in a way that's weird, because it's like if you make yourself an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Because like they don't really drink beforehand.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of yawns today. The main character, Mad, I think he's is it Mads or Mad? I think it's pronounced just Mad. That's silent. But he doesn't drink beforehand, I think. He's the only one that doesn't drink. But then they like kind of, he like finds himself moving in that direction. And we won't spoil it yet, but yeah. He's like moving towards that, and then the movie kind of, I don't know if it's for or against it. It doesn't really pick a side near the end.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's honestly, I have not seen a film like this. And by that I mean in Danish.
Right. Yeah, you've never seen a
Yeah,
Danish.
I didn't. No, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't have subtitles on.
You watched
Wait,
this
was
in
I
the
supposed
best
to?
way. Yeah. That was a pretty crucial part. I mean,
I thought they were speaking English.
the
but
Danish
they were just
language is not far from English. We were
drunk. Yeah,
talking.
it has very similar sounds. We
Yeah.
brought that up before.
The alternative
that and,
title is
Swedish.
Druk, which basically sounds like drunk. Yeah. You've been to Denmark, right?
I have.
How did it compare to this?
It was just like that.
Yeah, you drank every day.
It was
As a high school
It was
teacher?
just lots of high school teachers that were drinking.
Yeah.
So, okay, this movie is kind of like it's hard to wrap my head around talking points without since we're trying not to really get too much into the deeper plot
Yeah.
until we get to like maybe a spoiler section. Because pretty much everything of interest in this film is a spoiler.
Yeah. I mean, you know that they get drunk, though. People know that.
Right. Yeah, people know they get drunk.
They get drunk.
Yeah. And I will... You know what? I won't say that.
Okay.
I was going to say something, and then I was like, you know what?
The thing
that
is...
kind of is a spoiler.
The only
Because the
spoiler I
conflict-
can think of is, like, where this film ends up in the end.
Right. Yeah.
And, yeah. I do want to keep it... I don't want to spoil that for anybody, because I think I wouldn't want that spoiled, personally.
Yeah.
But I will say, some talking points that I had is that it's surprising how... And I'm just going to, like, list off the things I really like about this movie.
I'm ready.
It's about 4 guys, right? 4. I
Yep.
think there's 4 of them.
4,
And
strong number.
yeah, I love how I think all 4 of these guys are like fully developed characters with their own like mini arcs going on. But there's still like a clear protagonist, which is Martin. But like, I really like all 4 of them. I don't know. I think the movie succeeds in making 4 unique people. Like none of them blend into each other. They're not like the same 4 guys. But yeah, they all work together as a friend group. They have great chemistry, and they all feel so well developed by the end. And I won't spoil.
I completely... No,
Could've
I
made a
agree with
joke,
that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just something I really liked about it. Also, this was my first... I don't know how familiar you are with Mads Mikkelsen. This was my first movie with him in it. I probably have seen something else. He's been in some big boys. But I really like him after this movie. I think he has a great face for the screen. He's got a great voice. I did not know his voice sounded like that. And yeah, I'm just a big fan. I really want to watch The Hunt now, which is by the same director and also stars Mads.
Yeah, I mean, I have very minor asides with the film.
Yeah.
One thing that I thought was very strange was when the mother of... I forget which of the characters this was, but they're like the mother of the kids was like taking the kids to capoeira.
Yeah.
And then I had to Google it, and I'm like, apparently capoeira is pretty big in Denmark.
Yeah.
Which is like very interesting because you know what capoeira is.
Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't know, it's Brazilian fight dancing, and it has a very interesting history, which is that it was created by enslaved people in Brazil to train fighting in a way that was disguised as dancing.
That's cool.
Because they didn't want people who were enslaved to learn how to fight.
Right.
For obvious reasons. So then the slave people had like this ingenious way of coming up with a style of fighting that could be confused for dancing.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah. There was a guy, when I did archaeology in the Bahamas, there was this guy who was doing archaeology with me.
Yeah.
Who was very into capoeira. Mm-hmm. And then he kept, after we would drink, he kept getting, the urge to do capoeira for some reason, and he would just... And there was this septic tank behind the house we were staying in, and he kept just doing capoeira on a septic tank.
That's That seems
really
like a
weird.
very odd situation.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I need to give my roommate keys to go get his... Wait, John, are you outside? Hey, don't look under the seat. All right. Yeah, I'm probably going to cut that.
Okay, real quick. So, guest of the pod, John, popped in to get some keys from Karsten. If Karsten just cut that last part.
Yeah.
And then as he was closing the door on John, Karsten just yelled, "Don't look under the seat." Why?
Don't ask about it. Don't ask. Where were we with the... I forget why we brought up
about
the
capoeira,
dance. Yeah.
Because the kids were being taken to capoeira. It was
Right,
really more of
right.
an aside.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like another aside is they had the giant cylindrical ice cubes in a drink at one point.
Yeah. Which I love
I
those.
went to high school with actually founded a company that makes like a press that makes those ice cubes.
Wow. Because
So
my dad is really into those ice cubes and has a machine to make them. So I wonder if he's using the thing that your friend invented.
a friend is a strong word. It's someone I went to elementary school and high school with. I haven't talked to them in about 11 years.
Yeah. We should get him on the podcast.
Talk about his ice cube machine.
Yeah. We're really
Like,
itching
so-
for guests.
Yeah, so it's like, can you make one of those ice balls for us?
We're like, what's your favorite movie about ice? What really inspired you to... Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, what else? I will say, I guess we're kind of just dancing around the spoilers at this point.
Right.
But before we get into those, I want to like briefly talk about this movie at the Oscars because I guess it's part of why I chose
a great segment. You are saving this podcast
it.
because I was like, okay, we need a non-spoiler section.
Yeah.
But everything I want to say
Is spoiler
could be conceived as a spoiler,
Right.
And I would never do that to you guys.
Yeah. I think, okay, so this movie is up for, I think, two Oscars. It's Best International Feature, which people saw coming from a mile away. It's just like, it's kind of been the most popular and accessible and really great. It's been like the best international feature of the year. So everybody was like, yeah, of course. And in my opinion, it's going to win the award. There's no doubt. It's got it in the bag. And the other one is Best Director, which I didn't see coming at all, and nobody did. It's like one of the most unsurprising choices. Definitely isn't going to get it, but I'm glad it did get a nomination.
Wait, unsurprising?
Yeah. Or I meant surprising. I
Like, wait, what? Jesus. You're like, no one saw it coming. It was
so unsurprising.
I'm like, wait, what? I was like, I'm with you.
It's the
I am
10 a.m.
confused.
podcast. Yeah. Finish off that coffee. Yeah, I was just super surprised, but also like pleasantly surprised because this did deserve more than just an international nomination, in my opinion. I thought it should have gotten a Best Picture nom. I just really like this movie because I just like I think they're entertaining guys, and it knows when to have fun and when to take things seriously. Like it feels this like gets to the core of, and this is just a side point of what I was saying. It gets to the core of what this movie should be, where it's like, yeah, alcoholism isn't fun and it's a terrible thing that happens to people. But like the subject itself, the idea of like getting drunk, like there's a lot of like fun in that. And I think this movie just gets that environment really well.
Yeah, I think it is a movie that is kind of about alcoholism, but in a way that's not on the nose.
Yeah.
And I think that would be very easy to make a film that's, there's lots of films that are overtly about alcoholism.
Yeah.
I will say that I think the interpersonal, like friend relations in this film are so believable.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like everyone has such great chemistry, I feel like. And that's part of why I think I enjoy watching it so much, because I'm just like, this feels like guys, just a bunch of guys having fun.
Yeah, it's just like this podcast, really.
Right, yeah.
You know, it's just some guys having fun.
Yeah.
You know, in their element. Their element is like drinking and talking about how they work at a high school.
Yeah, and ours is drinking coffee.
And ours is drinking coffee
talking
at
about
10 a.m. Central and talking about movies.
Right, yeah. What more could you ask for?
What more could you ask for?
Yep. So, anyways, that's the Oscars for it. I do think it's exciting that this is going to win an Oscar, but yeah, I thought it should have gotten more. I definitely should have thought. I thought Mad Mikkelsen should have gotten a nomination, but it was a tight Oscars race. I understand. For best actor,
real quick,
yeah.
It says in the synopsis this is about 4 high school teachers, but one of the teachers is like teaching very young children soccer.
Yeah, he's the gym teacher
for 5-year-olds.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming that's a good. Yeah. I feel like there's a lower school. You know, like there are connected schools.
Yeah.
But he works at the gym, and maybe there's like, you know, because like sometimes high schools and they're connected. I didn't think about that though. That's right. He does teach the little kids.
The only thing that bothered me in this whole film that took me out of it for a half second, was the soccer coach when he was like kind of kicking the ball around.
Yeah.
That was clearly someone who has never played soccer in their entire life.
You're like, how did he get this job?
I'm like, he lied to someone on his resume. Like literally, Specs, the small child,
the kid,
kicked it harder than he did.
Way better than he did, yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. Well, maybe he was just drunk. That's why he couldn't kick the ball that way. Mind you, they are drunk in the movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Now I feel like we should get into spoilers.
Yeah, we should get into spoilers.
If you want to skip spoilers for this movie, you're going to want to go to the 41-minute, 21-second mark. I'll give you a second to do it. Okay, bye.
For future me. It's like I'm waving down an airplane. Okay, so speaking of Specs and that coach,
that
is like the saddest part of this movie. I don't know about you, I was so sad because he dies, and they also kill him off in a really like subtle, unspoken way. Like it's never said, it's never shown. It's just like he's out there on the boat, and then they're at a funeral, and you're just like, oh, he died.
And he definitely drowned.
He drowned, yeah.
I couldn't tell if it was supposed to seem intentional or not.
Yeah.
I feel like it wasn't, just because he just didn't wear the life vest, because there's that whole like shot they inserted that's like, okay, see, he's not wearing this life vest.
Yeah. I think it was intentional. And it's kind of
it definitely, I'm on the fence on that.
Yeah. I think it's also implied or assumed that he was fired, because
I could see that.
That whole,
I would have made the same call.
Probably, yeah. The whole incident, and then followed by like his talk with Martin later on. So yeah, I'm assuming it was intentional, and that's the only part of the movie that honestly was like a little on the nose. Was like, he's an alcoholic. He drowns in the water.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
I mean, that's the thing is so much of this film is so subtle and nuanced with how they treat the characters being drunk.
Yeah.
Like they're very good at acting drunk.
Yeah. Yeah.
But some of that stuff at the, like in that meeting was a little like
yeah.
He's just like bumping around into everything.
Yeah. What was his name again? I wanted to, because I just thought it was. It doesn't really matter, but yeah. Tommy. Yeah. Tommy. I just thought that was a funny. Right. Just a funny name. But yeah, I just thought that his like, I guess, relationship with that kid. What's his name? Specs. Yeah, I thought it was so cute, and it was sad before the death happened, and then for Specs to come back like that, I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was like an unspoken like bond that I don't even think
Right,
Tommy
like
was
when
aware of.
When he held his hand.
Yeah. Yeah. It was so. Yeah. But anyways, I'm curious about what spoiler related things you had to talk about that we haven't gotten into.
Okay, so part of it was about how there's never any drunk driving in this film.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think that people who have alcohol, addiction problems, DUIs, like driving under the influence, is almost always included somewhere in every film about this topic.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you could tell there was like incredibly deliberate choices to show them taking taxis everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess that's, just showing that they're not losing all cognitive ability to make decisions.
Yeah. Well, there's that small moment near the beginning where Martin is at school. It's like his first time day drinking, and he did it before any of the others did, and it's like I forget if he was going to try and drive or if his buddy was like, no, you're going to, like, I'm going to drive you.
No, he like made the decision himself that he wasn't going to. But here's the other thing. At least in the United States, he was actually under the legal limit in the U.S.
Jesus. He didn't seem like it.
Well, he wasn't actually drunk. He was acting.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the legal limit is like 0.08. I'm gonna Google that.
Yeah.
I'm Googling with one hand for some reason, so it's taking a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 0.08. So
okay.
he was at 0.5. Never mind.
Okay.
He was way above the legal limit. Wrong. I realized I was off a decimal place. I was like, that seemed weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ignore everything I just said for the last. How long have we been recording?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That makes way more sense now. My brain
picked it up. Yeah. But I think that was like such a conscious choice to not, I think, show that. Because the movie does toe this line of being like, or romanticizing some of it. Because I will not lie, some of this movie I was like, it'd be fun to have a drink or two right now. Because this looks fun. And they kind of glamorize a lot of the drinks and all that. But I think it knows when to like step back and sort of have some responsibility. It's a very responsible movie for how loose it is.
Yeah. For the topic, yes.
Yeah. It's not completely, and I mentioned this earlier, it's not completely unrealistic in that it's like, it doesn't say don't drink, It's not trying to tell anybody that. It's just, I think, putting a lot of it into perspective. And,
it's saying don't drink all the time.
Don't drink all the time as a high school teacher.
Yeah. I think part of the responsibility of this is that the characters were only putting themselves at any kind of risk.
Yeah.
They were never doing anything that would affect someone else.
Yeah.
Except for their own relationships. I think that's a different story.
That is true.
But in terms of any kind of physical harm, so I think that's was an interesting choice to, because this film, because in a way it does, as you were saying, glamorize drinking to an extent. It would have been incredibly irresponsible to be like, yeah, drinking's awesome. Watch this guy drive his car into a pole.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else you had to say about this before we wrap it up?
What is your favorite drink?
I did not come prepared with an. I do like sangria. I don't know if that counts, but I like
that counts.
Sangria. It is a drink with alcohol
you want
in it
with red wine or white wine.
Yep, red wine. I like a sweet drink, but I also just like a good beer. My favorite beer is the oh my god, now I'm forgetting it. Oh my god.
Bud Light.
Not a Bud Light, no. I hate a Bud Light. But I'm just a beer guy. But yeah, what about you?
You know what? I think that if I could pick, I would pick a mojito.
Ooh, interesting. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just not a big hard liquor guy. I realize. I mean, really
I'm
don't
not,
like. Yeah.
Like, I definitely don't drink hard liquor like
these
on
guys.
the rocks.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, like, yeah. Well, also, like, these guys, yeah, they were drinking absinthe.
Yeah. But
yeah, I don't curl up with a bottle of moonshine and go, time to party.
that is the thing. It's like, for as hard, I don't know. Every, like, fun time, that was a weird way to put it. For every scene that they're, like, having a lot of fun and, like, really drunk, it's like the consequences of that hit, like, 10 times harder, which is especially the case for that last final, like, drinking scene where they drink absinthe, I'm pretty sure, and go out in the limit. They're at, like, they're over, like, 1%.
Point
one. Well, I don't know.
What? I'm trying to even remember what all of the percentages are. In this
film. That's a lot to handle if you're trying to remember numbers like that.
Yeah.
But anyways, what would you give a score, or what score would you give for this?
I think 4 beers out of 5.
4 beers out of 5. I'd give it a 4.5, but not in alcohol percentage, blood alcohol.
That you would be dead.
You'd be dead, yeah, if you were at 4.5. Thank God.
That would be. Thank God you'd be dead.
Yeah, I wish
because that would probably, you would not have a good time.
I wish I didn't like this movie so that my review could have been like similar to these guys' blood alcohol content. Giving this a 1.5, but
yeah.
Cool. And what time of day? I feel like this is a good night movie. Whenever you watch this, you want to watch it at night.
You wanna be drinking.
And honestly, yeah, have some drinks with it. I will say this. Second time I watched this, I watched it with our good roommate Jaxie, and halfway through it, we were like, "Let's go make some drinks." And then we made some drinks, and
now, real quick, I know you kind of meant with your brain to say our good friend.
Oh yeah,
you said our good roommate.
Our good roommate, yeah. I don't know why
You're like very tidy, very
tidy, very pays rent on time. Actually, yeah, she's handling the rent. I'm the one that's
You're behind.
I'm behind. I'm not actually behind. Anyways, let's move into Q&A. Head over to these. These come from the Patreon or subreddit. The first one comes from the Patreon, and it's from $15 patron Jacob Colness. By the way, thanks to anyone that showed up to the Zoom hangout we had last Wednesday.
Might have been our best Zoom hangout we've ever had.
It was a pretty fun one, yeah. We had some good GeoGuessr rounds, but some really bad ones too, for the record. This one comes from Jacob Colness, and it is any white boy summer plans. I guess we haven't really addressed the Chet Hanks.
We have not on this podcast.
It has come and gone in the time between podcasts, thank God.
Yeah.
Cause like he got, what was the term you said? He got fucking ducked, something duck.
Oh no! Yeah, you're saying he got milkshake ducked.
The thing,
ducked,
though, yeah,
is I don't think I agree. He got milkshake ducked. The shrimp cinnamon toast crunch guy,
that was a full milkshake.
Got milkshake ducked.
Yeah,
but the thing about Chet Hanks is everyone's like, this guy is just like strange.
Yeah,
I think that everyone, for the most part, is in agreement that Chet Hanks isn't malicious.
Mm-hmm. Well, no.
What are you gonna say?
I'm saying he got milkshake ducked because like abuse allegations came out
against Chet Hanks.
Yeah, like he has like some
I didn't
past.
know this.
Yeah, I assumed you didn't know it because I was like,
okay, then maybe he did get milkshake ducked.
I haven't actually read. I've had multiple like friends confirm it. I have not seen the abuse allegations myself. I think he's very strange.
Yeah.
Because, okay, he's been kind of like a laughingstock for a while. Because, like, there'll be those random videos that resurface on Twitter of him speaking in Jamaican accent just saying something, and everyone will be like, Chet Hanks at it again. And then now he's just like gone fully off the rails with like the whole white boy summer thing. And people like started to like Chet Hanks a lot. They're like, maybe he's hilarious and a good, sweet guy behind all of this. And then the abuse stuff came out, and got milkshake ducked.
Everyone gets milkshake ducked.
Even Chet Hanks. But yeah, all that out of the way, what are your plans for the summer, Jeff?
So I'm definitely not planning on using the term white boy summer.
Neither am I.
So that's not,
not
something I'm going to classify any of my actions under.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, I'm looking forward to hopefully in, 2 to 3 weeks, I should be driving up to Chicago.
Yeah. Yep. And
then we'll do because I'm actually getting my second vaccination today in terms of the day of the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
So tomorrow.
Nice.
But today, it will
be
today.
today. But
Not
tomorrow is actually today for us recording this.
Mm-hmm.
But
all right,
yesterday's
so
today.
we're just going to stop that.
Yep.
And we're never going to do that bit again.
Moving on.
We're going to never do it again. We promise.
Listen,
We
I
can't
didn't
promise
want to
that.
do
We're
it,
probably
and
gonna
then
do it
you
again.
did it.
I know. And then I got started on it.
Yep.
It's the worst bit ever.
Yep.
For anyone who loves that bit, just re-listen to the yesterday episode.
We do it the whole episode.
The whole episode.
And that episode's
it is
a few
obnoxious.
Yeah.
Unless you love it, and then it's great.
Then it's great.
Best time of your life.
Yeah. Now this is interesting that you're getting the second dose tomorrow, as today. But yeah, we got it on the same day, and I don't get my second dose until the 19th. Simply because of scheduling. It's the soonest I can get it. But I should be fine. They wouldn't have let me book it if I wouldn't be. But
it's not.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
But yeah, that's cool. My plans are I'm gonna try and do some traveling. I'm gonna do as much traveling as I can. As of now, my plans are I'm gonna do an East Coast trip with my friends. We're going up to Maine and are gonna hit like Rhode Island and I think New York too. And I also might do a West Coast trip with my GF. We might do like the train that goes from Seattle down to LA. Just seems like a cool thing. We're also going to go to Miami maybe to visit their family and something else. I was maybe going to I was going to go to my cabin and I was maybe going to go to Georgia, the country. But that's
Wait, you're going to go to the country, Georgia?
Yeah, but that's kind of a dream.
What is the reason specifically to go to the country, Georgia?
Well, our good friend Nick hit me up the other day and sent me this video of people from Georgia and was like, we should go to Georgia because the mountains looked beautiful. And I looked into it and I'm like, yeah, we should go to Georgia. And now we're like, maybe we're probably not going to go to Georgia, but it would be very cool to go to
Now,
Georgia.
real quick, you know that the state Georgia also has mountains. So it wasn't a video of the state of Georgia, right?
It was. They were not speaking English, so yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's not. But you never know.
Maybe it's just a
You
southern
never know.
accent.
Could have been a really strong southern accent. Yeah. But that's honestly, none of that could end up happening. I could end up just staying here. I'm also gonna be I'll probably go back to Minnesota and stuff, but that's nothing new. Yeah. Cool summer plans. This next one is, I think, addressed specifically. Well, actually, no. Hold on. Let me open this up. This next one comes from Baboon69, and it is, "Hi Jeff and other guy. What are you guys' favorite video games?" We've talked about this a little bit.
We have. Yeah, I've been playing less video games recently.
Yeah.
I had a stage where I was playing a lot of Rocket League.
You were.
Yeah, I haven't. I've played Rocket League like once in the last month.
Yeah.
You know what? I haven't been playing a lot recently.
Yeah. I've been playing. Well, I had a big GeoGuessr phase. I'm still in the GeoGuessr phase, for the record. I just don't play as, I think, religiously as I did before. Now I play like a few times every week. But I've been going through a big Animal Crossing phase. Made a whole video on it, and yeah, it's like my favorite game ever. It's so fun.
That honestly, great job with cross promotion right there.
Thank you.
You turned a question into
A promotion.
Yeah, I mean, flawless.
Thanks. Yeah.
You should do that for every question. You just convert it into one of your videos. You'd be like, yeah, so this is why you should watch my What I Watched This Month video, which you did just release.
I will say, yeah, if you want to hear some more thoughts on Another Round, I talk about it in that video.
So it's another round.
I say that in the video. I'm like, then I got another round of another round because it was my second time watching it. Yeah, this next one is addressed specifically for you, and it's kind of topical given the game started 3 minutes ago, apparently.
Yeah.
And it's from Roller Skate Butterfly, and it is question for Jeff. Thoughts on the 2021 NHL season? What do you think? Who do you think has a good shot?
So Tampa has a good shot.
Okay.
But they do. They're very good. But also Colorado is very good.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that Tampa, Carolina, and Colorado are the 3 best teams.
Nice.
In the NHL.
Cool. That's your sports scoop from Jeff.
Yep. There you go.
And that does it for questions. We will get right into the wrap up, unless Jeff has anything else to say.
You know what, Karsten? Love the sweater.
Thanks, Jeff. Got it from Target for $20. I forget if we said that during the episode or
we said
before.
it right before the episode.
Okay,
so I just wanted to bring it up again.
It's like I don't want to
have
repeat
it recorded
myself.
for posterity.
Right.
Yeah, because then I said it kind of matches the natural colors of you.
My face. Yeah.
Right, because the pink is like your face, the white is your teeth.
I have a pink face
and eyes,
and
then the dark color is like your hair.
Navy. Yep. I have blue.
So it's kind of like
hair.
you flip your, like when it's flipped upside down, it's like the same as you.
Yeah. This is my face.
Right. It's like it's kind of like your face deconstructed.
Yeah.
That sounds bad. That sounds like a horror film.
Cool. We'll get into the wrap up then. We like to start by reading a review because we like to hear what you guys have to say. This one comes from Riley Jack. This is a nice one. Riley Jack 97. Subject line is such a Podkarst fan, 5 stars, and it is what I really love about Karsten and Jeff's podcast is how they can make everyone feel like they are a part of the conversation. They get their points across without talking down to their audience and make it seem just like friends discussing films. If you're a film buff, these guys are a great podcast to follow. Thanks, Riley Jack.
That is a
nice,
great review.
Nice review, yeah.
I do want to clarify the reason that it doesn't sound like we're talking down to anyone is that I'm not that smart.
I don't think either of us have the skills to do like professional film criticism.
Especially me. I mean, here's the thing. Technically, you actually do professional film criticism.
I get press. Yeah. I get sent screeners.
I don't, and for good reason. I am not good at it.
But the crazy thing is we're on the same level here. Yeah. I don't know.
I think that I take the part of the fan where I'm like, hey, this film is pretty chill.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
and I'm like,
actually, this actor's been in these other things, and also they use this emotion to express this thing. And I'm like, nice.
Right, yeah. But you know the hockey, so that's why
I know hockey.
We keep you around.
Yeah, I got that down. Yeah.
Where would our sports fans be? Cool. Well, next we want to we usually say what our next movie is next week. But I don't actually know what we're talking about next week.
You know what?
We have a guest?
Don't either, unless we do have a guest.
Who, I won't say it now, we'll keep it under wraps. Honestly, it's like such a funny guest. I'm really excited about it. But yeah, we don't know what we're talking about yet. But we'll keep it updated on the Twitter in that case. And yeah, lastly, we'd like to thank the lovely patrons over at patreon.com/Karstcast. If you'd like to get in on the fun, go to patreon.com/Karstcast, where you can get exclusive access to bonus episodes, Q&As, shoutouts at the end of every episode, Zoom hangouts, and much, much more. It's a great way to support Jeff and I. And yeah, here's that shout out we promised. Addison Ware.
Shout them out, Karstcast.
Actually, I need to thank them. Thank you. Addison Ware, AJ Ford, Ben Chow, Blake Root, Boat, Boy, Brock Schultz, Camilla, David Sir, Eden, Grant Gao, Harry Remedianakis, Haytham Khan, Hey Siri, who is fuck. I fall for it every time. Hey Siri, who is Karsten Runquist? I don't live in Ohio. Iva, Jane Easton, Jacob Kolnis, Jane V, John Van Hout, Joshua Krzyzwicki, Judy S, Justin Dickinson, Katie T, Kaylee Patney, Liv Rob, Manu Ausen, Martin Deff, Martina, Mary Lee Borslow, me lovely daughter Pearl, Micah Simmons, Monroe Page, Nova Barathova, Riley Ost, Robert Burke, Skylar Ermel, Sophia Arieta, Stella Perry, Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, Smitty Werbin, Jagerman Jensen, 10 Billion, The Monopoly Man, Tom Likes Beans, Vegard Strom, Vera S, Wes Kinley, Xavier Fossier, Youssef A, and that's it. Thank you, lads. Appreciate it.
I think my favorite part of the podcast is hearing you read all the names.
It's one of my favorite parts. Yeah, it's exhilarating.
Have you ever tried adding a beat to the back of it as you do it? I know you haven't tried that because I've been here for almost all the episodes.
Yeah. I have
what
not
if you did?
Considered. Yeah, we could do that sometime. It'd be hard because it's like
it would be like rhythmic.
Yep. Then it'd be a rap. It'd be a straightforward song.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be great. Awesome for the patrons. They get their names in a. Maybe it would encourage more people to become patrons.
You've tried rapping, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
The thing is, right when you did, like, I could tell that meant you didn't want to say yes, but you knew you had to.
Of course I did. The thing is, I don't know why. I was just confused that you asked that because I was like, I don't think I've ever told you that, but you just assumed. But in high school,
I kind of felt it.
In high school, I had this brief like rap beef with a friend of mine. It was really good.
You did mention this once a long time ago.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. That you did tell me once.
Yeah. And I was good at it.
Have you ever released that track?
Well, yeah, we put it out on SoundCloud on my old Twitter, and
is it still?
Oh, it's
available.
Wiped. Are you kidding me? I wipe videos that I work on. Of course I wiped that.
Yeah. I mean, the ostrich song was like kind of a spoken-ish word type.
Yeah. Which I think
rap.
Yeah, I made that unlisted. Some people have found it again, which.
Oh, nice. It was good.
Thank you. I do want to follow through with the put it out every year on one day, but then reprivatize it. I think that's a fun tradition.
What day?
I don't remember. I'd have to look up. It's somewhere in October, but yeah, that's the ostrich day. Cool. I think that'll do for today. I want to let you get back to your game.
Oh,
I know that.
Yeah, dude. You know what? Games games aren't important to me. What's important is me spending the time hanging out with my buddy Karsten Runquist. One of my best friends.
Aw, you're one of my best friends, Jeff. I muttered that, but just know you're one of my best friends. Yeah.
Also.
I would drink alcohol every day with you. You'd be in that group.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
taking you up on that.
Keep my blood alcohol content above 0.5. Yeah. Cool. Well, that does it. Jeff, do you have anything else to say?
I will. This is to you and the audience, as always. Catch you on the flip side.
Catch you on the flip side.
Flip side.